One is an investment banker from London, and the other is one of the most prolific musicians of all time. But they have more in common than you might think. Paul McCartney is one of the most successful songwriters of all time, and one of the richest musicians in the world. Despite his popularity and iconic status, his 5 children have made their own names for themselves. And now that they are all grown up, Paul reportedly loves being a grandfather to his 8 grandchildren. Though most of his grandchildren live a private life away from the limelight, one McCartney is clearly as dashing as the famous pop star, Arthur Alistair Donald, Mary's first child, and Paul's eldest grandson. Though he hasn't followed in his granddad's footsteps, Arthur is the spitting image of Paul McCartney in his younger days. When the legendary singer strolled through the grounds with his look-alike grandson at Yale University in 2017, many people took note of the similarities between the two. However, Arthur reportedly doesn't share Paul's love of music. Paul told the BBC, "Following me for a McCartney kid? It's not that easy. So I don't push them into it or even encourage them to do it for a living." Unlike his grandfather, Arthur has a negligible social media presence. The versatile singer often shares a glimpse of his life with his nearly 4 million followers on Instagram and over 8 million on Facebook. But his grandson prefers to be a private person and maintains a safe distance from social media. On why her children keep a low profile, Mary told one journalist, "I have to be very careful with them about social media because I don't think any kids should Instagram the location they're in or pictures of their school uniform. There should be privacy. And certain people aren't necessarily having as great a time as they're making out." The world-renowned pop musician reportedly helped Arthur with a university project about the swinging 60s and disclosed how the British transport system helped make the Beatles. Discussing his new book in 2021, McCartney remembered, "He was doing an essay, his final thesis at university. He wanted to look into the Cultural Revolution in Britain. So we talked. Every story I told him. I met George Harrison on the bus, and I saw John Lennon on the bus, and he very cleverly looked at why buses were so good after the Second World War." At the same time, McCartney has been inspired by his nickname, Grand Dude, to write a children's picture book called Hey Grand Dude. McCartney spoke on what motivated him to write the book, saying, "I wanted to write it for grandparents everywhere, and the kids. So it gives you something to read to the grandkids at bedtime."
See the compass needle spin, let the magic fall.
While Paul McCartney's children went to the local school to have a normal upbringing, 18-year-old Arthur left University College School in Hampstead and moved to the United States. There, he pursued his bachelor's degree in history from the prestigious Yale University in Connecticut. Interestingly, Yale University had awarded Arthur's legendary songwriter granddad an honorary doctorate of music in 2008. Arthur's mother, Mary, hosts her own cooking show, Mary McCartney Serves It Up, and her ex-husband and Arthur's father, Alistair Donald, is a television director and producer. Since his grandfather is a musician and his parents belong to showbiz, it would have probably been natural and easier for Arthur to pursue a career in entertainment. He even interned for Lucasfilm, a subsidiary of Walt Disney Studios, in the summer of 2018. The same year, he was spotted with Ava Philippi, Oscar-winning Reese Witherspoon's daughter, strolling the streets of Mayfair and coming out of the celebrity bar sketch. Naturally, this sparked rumors of a relationship between the two teenagers. Later, he attended a London screening of the 60s documentary My Generation, featuring Paul McCartney, along with his mother and grandfather. While he has apparently inherited his grandfather's looks, Arthur has clearly taken a different path in life. Since June 2020, he has worked as an investment banking analyst at Goldman Sachs.